2 weeks from tonight, Americans will finish their voting for a president. Tonight, a packed campaign trail. Donald Trump, Barack Obama, J.D. Vance, Tim Walz, fanning across the country. And Kamala Harris in Washington doing several interviews and not mincing words. Also not mincing words tonight, the longest-running chief of staff under President Trump, Marine General John Kelly, who made some frightening suggestions about Mr. Trump. Here's Josh Einiger.
With 2 weeks to go, Kamala Harris's highest wattage surrogate is barnstorming arenas across the upper Midwest.
Hello, Detroit!
Former President Barack Obama tonight with a takedown of Donald Trump's photo op as a McDonald's fry cook, itself an attempt to troll Harris.
She worked at McDonald's when she was in college to pay her expenses. She did not pretend to work at McDonald's when it was closed.
Tonight, the candidate herself was off the trail, sitting for a number of interviews, including with NBC, when she said her campaign is ready to litigate an election the Trump team has already suggested, without evidence, has been rigged.
And we will deal with election night and the days after as they come, and we have the resources and the expertise and the focus on that.
I think she's grossly incompetent, and I don't want to be nice about it because we can't take a chance. Nobody knows who she is. You say Harris. Her name is Harris. Who the hell is Harris?
Trump spent the day in Florida at an event to shore up Latino support, and in North Carolina, one of dozens of states where early voting has already begun. Nearly 18 million Americans have cast a ballot by now. The voting ongoing amid an explosive new interview in the New York Times with Trump's White House Chief of Staff, General John Kelly, who called his former boss a fascist.
Certainly an authoritarian, admires people who are dictators. He has said that. So he certainly falls into the general definition of fascist, for sure.
With this race razor tight, both Harris and Trump are barnstorming the battleground states, hunting for those few voters who are still truly undecided. Just 2 weeks out. Josh Einiger, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.